Shalom, 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 everyone. My name is Zachariah Yahweh. And I'm coming back with another lesson. These devil trying to stop this word from flowing, man. Fucking demon. Put that right there. That's all right, we good. Trying to get something put right there. Hold it in place. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me here. Yeah. There we go. All right, yeah, I'm back. Let's go into this word. You know, they trying to stop this word from flowing, right? Fucking devil. You see? That's okay. Let me see here. There we go. There you go. Copyright under the copyright statute.
I'm Bush Lobson. I'm a Los Angeles-based artist.
Under the copyright statute of let me get it. Let me read it. Copyright statute. Fair use under the copyright statute. Fair use. I'm not getting paid for this, strictly for educational purposes. Under this code right here, Title 17 of the U.S. Code. Okay? Fair use. Fair use. I'm not getting paid, strictly from educational purposes, so on and so forth, and for criticism. All right? Now, let's go. Let's go into this thing. Yeah. They trying to stop this word from...
I'm inspired by the derivative culture here in Los Angeles.
Welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe for more scary stories. An illusion it will be, so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We will create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time, so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the Absolute. We will work together always, and will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespan short, and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so they will never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths. They will destroy their minds and reproductive systems. From all this, their children will be born dead, and we will conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good, with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poisons. They will see our products being used in film and will grow accustomed to them, and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them it's for their help. We will start early on, when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we We will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow and obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods, so they many never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games so they may never be one with the oneness of it all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective, but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. We shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one. This they must never know. They must never know that color is an illusion. They must always think they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we shall accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that. They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life, but eternal life they will never have, for they are not of us. The recruits will be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of passage to higher realms. Members of these groups will think they are one with us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. For their work, they will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach the higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. Oh, yes, so grand the illusion of freedom will be that they will never know they are our slaves. When all is in place, the reality we will have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established from time immemorial. But if they ever find out they are our equal, we shall perish then. This they must never know. If they ever find out that together they can vanquish us, they will take action. They must never, ever find out what we have done. For if they do, we shall have no place to run. For it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. This is the secret covenant by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives. For this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans. This covenant is sealed by blood, our blood. We, the ones who from heaven to earth came. This covenant must never, ever be known to exist. It must never, ever be written or spoken of, for if it is, the consciousness it will spawn will release the fury of the Prime Creator upon us, and we shall be cast to the depths from whence we came and remain there until the end time of infinity itself. This is the Curator. I hope you've enjoyed today's scary story. Until next time.
Okay,
It's really important to me that all kids get it out.
okay, let's go. There we go. So yeah, man, I'm back. We're gonna start here. You know, this part 3 of the lesson. My other phone, for some reason, they don't want this word to go, to get out. So, you know, they keep on making the phone get hot. So we're gonna let it cool off, and I'm just gonna do the lesson with this phone, my other phone. So let's start here.
Opportunity to have really high level, rigorous.
Hold on, I got another video I want to show y'all
that
too
will
as
serve
well.
them now and into college.
Hold on,
I am so happy I came to Holy Angels.
I got one more video. I'll listen to the beloved elder from GMS, my elder apostles out of GMS in Chicago. Let me see here. Let's see here. Hey. Oh, here we go.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Call halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Hakudash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen nations, that have the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black only thing. This is an Israelite thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. Coming at you another lesson in truth, a very crucial message. Once again, do not get it twisted. The Hebrews of the Bible today are the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and the so-called Latinos. And those of our people that are scattered among the other nations that have the appearance of those heathen nations. This is not an anti-semantics thing, as now it's being called in France now. All right. And the purpose of this lesson, matter of fact, let me read this first. Deuteronomy 33:29. For happy art thou, Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. So now that we come with the evidences, all right, that beyond a shadow of a doubt prove who the Israelites are today, and they're clearly not the people who hide behind the anti-semantic shield constantly. All right, because that is a serious cognitive dissonance and denialism. When you prove and show the evidence, they overlook and dismiss the evidence from in front of them. Perfect example. All right. You've heard me speak on it many a times that Title 4D is out of The Hague, and that any law that goes against the law of the land in America, this is how you know who rules America, these lobbyists from that nation over there in Western Asia. All right. But any law that goes against the law of the land, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. All right, is repugnant to the Constitution and are null and void. All right, law of the land. The general misconception is that any statute passed by legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes law of the land. The U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and any statute to be valid must be in agreement. It is impossible for a law which violates the Constitution to be valid. This is succinctly stated as follows. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null. Let's lighten that back up. Null and void. Marbury versus Madison. 5 U.S. C. Crantz 137, 174, 176, 1803. Now, here we go. The Hague, in context of military discussion, all right, refers to, and it's the Hague period, all right, typically refers to the International Criminal Court located in The Hague, Netherlands. Now, the International Criminal Court found Benjamin Netanyahu and many of his staff to be guilty of crimes versus humanity. We're going to show you the double standard here. All right. This court is established to prosecute individuals for the most serious crimes of concern to the international community, including genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The U.S., for example, has not ratified the ICC treaty and has taken a stance against its jurisdiction, leading to the Hague Invasion Act, a law designed to protect U.S. military and officials from ICC prosecution. So, in other words, it said, here's a more detailed breakdown. The Hague and the ICC is a permanent international court that sits in The Hague. It has power to investigate, prosecute individuals for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and crime of aggression. But U.S. military, all right, are immune to this. So when they're caught or seen committing crimes in Western Asia or anywhere in the world, they are not subject to the Hague, unless you're a U.S. citizen, unless you're a military person, U.S. citizen who happens to get caught up in Title 4D child support. Then all of a sudden the Hague has jurisdiction over you. Title 4D child support is out of the Hague. So what they're showing you is a complete and total unjust double standard, because it says in the law, all right, and I have the Hague, the Hague, their booklet on their law, and it says in there, all right, that it's out of the Hague, and it is definitely a foreign treaty. And according to U.S. constitutional law, it is illegal. All right, so this goes for soldiers, but it should go for civilian, because it says to place a U.S. citizen under a foreign treaty. The Hague is a foreign treaty, but since they can make money off and oppress their own citizens, they don't use this same protection for soldiers. They'll protect you from committing murder on foreign lands, all right? But they won't protect you from being denied due process under Title 4D from the same place. You see, this is heavy, heavy evidence of fraud, of lies, and cognitive dissonance. I'm saying all this to come to show you something very, very important. All right, now let's look up cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance, all right? And these are all AI overviews from Google. Cognitive dissonance is a physiological discomfort a persons experience when holding two or more conflicting beliefs, values, or attitudes simultaneously. This discomfort motivates people to try to reduce it by often changing their behavior, justification, perception of the conflicting elements. Here are more detailed breakdown. Cognitive dissonance arises when there's a contradiction between what a person believes and what they do, or between two beliefs that they hold. Now, they know that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the actual Israelites, that they're not Africans, that they're not, that natives are not so-called Asian as far as being connected to Ammon and Moab. All right, the Asian, because Israel, the land of Israel, sits in Western Asia. Hence, therefore, making the so-called black man Asian as well. Even the Muslims have that part right. They refer to themselves as black Asiatic men. Why? Because the land of Israel sits in Western Asia. They have cognitive dissonance over that. That's why they renamed it the Middle East. All right, they renamed that portion of Asia the Middle East. They renamed another portion of Asia Eurasia, or Europe. All right, why? Well, because it disproves all their lies. All right, so when you catch them in their lies, okay, because they dismissed my case, even though I just showed you that it is illegal to put, I've proven over and over again that it's illegal to place a person, a U.S. citizen, under a foreign treaty. The Hague is under a foreign treaty. But when it comes to crimes against humanity, dealing with the small hats, dealing with U.S. soldiers, fighting wars for the small hats and murdering people, dropping bombs on people, sniping people on their own homeland, in their own country, in their own front line, then the Hague has no jurisdiction. But when they can, oppress you financially, then it gives you jurisdiction, even though you cannot put a U.S. citizen under a foreign treaty. All right? And these people are horrible, man. They're horrible, and they're caught and they're exposed. I just watched a video with the beloved brother ICR on how basically Europe and basically the global South are disconnecting from the West and not buying or participating in the purchasing of Western goods, as far as Coca-Cola, Tesla, Starbucks. They're going local, and all this is building up to that Third World War that the nations hated to hoard, that shameful spewing of their glory. All right? Now, they're doing the same thing with this truth. Because this wasn't just about my case. Don't think it was that. All right? Because I'm actually repealing it. I'm going to put them against themselves, Esau against Esau, because I can actually repeal the decision. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I have the evidence that proves that I'm right. And even more so, I have the evidence and have presented the evidence, the same as my fellow constituents, as same as my apostles and elders and teachers, the bishops above me, right? That we indeed are the children of Israel according to the Bible, all right? So what did they do? They're using denialism, all right? And I'm going to give you a perfect example of it. So the water, shout out to my beloved April O'Neil. On the spot, journalists always come in with that heat. But here's a video that I must play for Yasharala. So here it is. Let me turn the sound up and play it, because we know this is coming. And it's all going to be null and void, because this is coming out of France, and France is decoupling from the West, all right? Although they're probably going to try to pull that here too eventually, all right? But remember, France is decoupling from the West. But here we go. Denialism, let's read it. A proper term for ignoring facts to support a false narrative is denialism, all right? So when you bring the evidences against them, they come with, they either ignore the facts or they create facts. This is a term described by the act of denying or refusing to acknowledge the existence of truth, validity, or something despite the evidence of strong proof to the contrary. So the strong proof is that the scriptures, the history, the relics, the prophecies in the Bible prove that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Israelites. When not only are we saying that the people in the land of Israel are frauds, but for the most part, the rest of the world and the other Edomites are telling you the same thing. Because what? They have denialism, cognitive bias, specifically confirmation bias, where individuals actually seek out to interpret information that confirms their existing beliefs while ignoring the contradictory evidence. Our evidence that proves that we're right and that they're wrong, they completely ignore. All right? Or they won't bring it up in the court so that it stays out. It often involves provocation or deliberate misleading to protect a narrative. That would be Judaism. That would be the people in the land of Israel. When it tells you in Zechariah that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, basically fraudulent people. All right? It also involves provocation or deliberate misleading to protect the narrative. Denialism can be used to maintain a false narrative by selectively focusing on evidence that supports the false narrative and dismissing evidence that contradicts it. And most of the evidence that they have has already been proven to be completely false in the first place, which is why they selectively ignore the evidence that contradicts the lie. All right? Okay, then it went and gave an example of the Holocaust, but it won't say anything about the information that contradicts, the facts about.
In France, the article states the IUIC, the French branch of an American association of the same name, promotes a message according to which Black, Hispanic, and Native American population are the real Israelites, says the government in its decree. A de facto anti-Semitic speech to which are added.
And they call it an anti-Semitic speech when this is also said by so many Jewish people, Jewish writers. All right, from going back to the 1816s.
Okay, hold on. Let's listen. All right.
So many books declaring that the natives, all right, are indeed of Hebrew Israelite heritage. They were keeping customs. More Hebrew relics were found among them from the ancient world than any other group of people. Yet people want to ignore it. As a matter of fact, they just recently found a bunch of gold and stuff in Puerto Rico with all these Hebrew relics, with Hebrew writings from the ancient world. And yet they just want to ignore these evidences.
Which earned him this dissolution announced on Wednesday. So since IUIC teaches that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the indeed Israelites, according to Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26, Jeremiah 17:4, that truth has now become a hate speech, violence, and anti-Semitic, and has been outlawed in France. Book of Psalms, chapter 83.
So there you go. So he goes on to read Psalms 83, which breaks down, the Confederate, and it talks about Esau, Edom. It tells you.
Okay, let's go into the lesson because I'm gonna go into them too. I got the same verses they got, so I want to go and try to get an hour in to get this covenant off. These verses on this covenant, man, the secret covenant. Okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna start right here. And we're going to start right here in Jeremiah chapter 28. I'm going to start right there. Come out of here. Y'all bear with me. Let me put my screens up and we're going to go at it.